University Challenge. Asking the questions and more ranting.
Hello and welcome to the final of this series of University Challenge. At the start of this academic year, we invited every eligible university and university college in the UK to put forward a team for this series. Around 120 took us up on the offer, and of those, we selected the best 28 to compete in the televised rounds. Now, 36 matches and more than 2,500 questions later, only 2 remain. The team from Imperial College London have had a more or less faultless run to this final, beating Balliol College Oxford, Lincoln College Oxford, the universities of Sheffield and Manchester and Trinity College Cambridge with an average score of 235 points per game. If they can manage one more win tonight, they'll become the 5th team from Imperial to lift the series trophy, which will be a new record. Let's meet them for the final time.
Hi, I'm Justin Lee. I'm from Hong Kong and Canada, and I'm studying chemistry.
Hello, I'm Adam Jones. I'm from Hong Kong and I study computer science.
And their captain?
Hello, I'm Soraya Haddad. I'm from Manchester and I'm studying medicine.
Hi, I'm Shorajit Devnath. I'm originally from Calcutta, India, and I'm studying for a Master's in Applied Computational Science and Engineering.
The team from UCL are also here tonight, having not lost a single match all series. They've seen off 2 Cambridge colleges, King's and Trinity, 2 Oxford colleges, Hertford and Christchurch, and the University of Manchester, scoring an average of just under 200 points per game. And if they win tonight, they'll be the first team ever from UCL to win this competition. Let's hear them introduce themselves one last time.
Good evening, I'm James Hall. I'm from North Finchley in London, and I'm studying law.
Hi, I'm Ali Izzat Dust. I'm from Portugal and Azerbaijan. I'm studying for a Master's in Intellectual History.
And their captain?
Hi, I'm Tayana Saw. I'm from North London and I'm studying medicine.
Hello and good evening. I'm Jacob from Cranley in Surrey and I'm studying for a Masters of Public Administration.
Well, it is wonderful to see you guys, and it's wonderful to see you all dressed for the occasion, though not even the final of University Challenge would be enough to force Justin Lee to ditch his trademark hoodie, which is no bad thing. Look, after months of auditions, tests, interviews and ferocious competition, it all comes down to this. So you have 26 minutes to secure broadcast immortality. Right, fingers on buzzers. Here is your first starter for 10. Believed to date to the 1st century CE, the practice known by the Latin term interpretatio Germanica, or German interpretation, refers to the naming of what common set of proper nouns? This practice substituted the names of local deities for figures such as Mars, Mercury...
UCL is at dust.
Days of the week?
It is days of the week, yes. 3 questions for you, UCL, on the medieval Egyptian ruler Baybars. Baybars ruled which sultanate, centred on Cairo from 1260 to 1277? The successor of the Ayyubid Sultanate, its name refers to the military caste that controlled the state, whose name comes from the Arabic for slave.
Mamluk.
Mamluk.
Correct. Before his accession as Sultan, Baybars was one of the commanders in the Battle of Ain Jalut. This Egyptian victory halted the southwestern expansion of which empire?
The Mongol.
Mongol Empire.
Correct. Baybars was also a commander of the army that repelled the 7th Crusade and captured which ruler, the only king of France to be canonised? I need a name and regnal number.
Louis IX.
Louis IX.
It is Louis IX. Yeah, another starter question. In a poem noting the demise of its independence, what city did Wordsworth describe as the eldest child of liberty? Mary Elizabeth Coleridge mentioned it along with Troy and Rome, stating that its pride is naught. Shelley called it ocean's nursling, while Byron said that it was...
Imperial Lee.
Athens?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. While Byron said that it once was the revel of the earth, the mask of Italy.
UCL Hall.
Rome?
No, it was Venice. Another starter question. In 1828, the German chemist Friedrich Wöhler published the first method for a synthesis of an organic chemical from inorganic ones after producing which biologically important compound by...
UCL Hall.
Oh, no, I was going to say rubber.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. By combining other compounds containing cyanic acid and ammonia. In mammals, this compound is the main pathway for the removal of ammonia from the bloodstream.
Imperial Devnath.
Urea?
It is urea, yes. Your bonuses, Imperial, are on artworks that were created through defacing or destroying pre-existing works. In 1953, which US artist obtained a sketch from abstract expressionist Willem de Kooning and, with de Kooning's blessing, erased it? The resulting blank page was then exhibited with an inscription from the artist's partner, Jasper Johns.
Robert Rauschenberg, right?
OK. Nominate Jones.
Rauschenberg.
Rauschenberg is correct. In 2003, which British sculptor and installation artist wrapped Auguste Rodin's The Kiss in a mile of string, calling the result The Distance, a kiss with string attached? Her other works include the 1991 installation Cold Dark Matter.
Nominate Jones.
Cornelia Parker.
Correct. Dropping a Han Dynasty urn is a 1995 photographic triptych by which conceptual
Nominate
artist?
Jones.
Which?
Ai Weiwei.
Ai Weiwei is correct, yes. Let's start a question. Dating to 1986 and 2004 respectively, a fashionable marriage which critiques William Hogarth's depictions of black people and Naming the Money, which explores representations of black servitude, are major installations by which British artist, born in Zanzibar in 1954. In 2017, she became the oldest artist.
UCL Hall.
Lubaina Hamid.
It is Lubaina Hamid, yes. Your bonuses, UCL, are on biological terms that start with the same 3 letters. In each case, identify the term from the description given. First, an organism or tissue that contains at least 2 different sets of DNA, often from the fusion of different zygotes. This term is also the name of a monster in Greek myth that was killed by Bellerophon.
Chimera.
Chimera.
Chimera is correct. The cross-shaped connection produced by the crossing over of homologous chromosomes during meiosis, in the singular, this term has 7 letters.
So you're going to CHI.
Yeah. Chi.
No.
7 letters.
No. Yeah.
Chiron.
Bus.
It's chiasma. Finally, a polysaccharide that is the principal component of the outer skeletons of insects, crabs and lobsters and the cell walls of most fungi?
Chitin.
Yes, or chitin. Picture round now, and for your picture starter, you'll see a map of Europe and the Mediterranean with locations associated with a pilgrim in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. For 10 points, simply name the pilgrim. A little text from the general prologue appears on the map.
Imperial Lee.
The Knight.
It is Knight, yes. That map showed places where the knight is said to have campaigned. Your picture bonuses, Imperial, are 3 more maps with places associated with a particular pilgrim. 5 points for each you can name. First, this pilgrim.
Is there like a sailor or something?
Yeah, Tempest sounds a bit.
Is there a sailor?
Mariner.
Governor Mariner or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the sailor. Yeah, should we say that? The sailor?
I'll accept sailor, yes. Sailor or shipman, yes. Second, this pilgrim.
The Parthener?
The what?
The Parthener?
The Parthener?
Correct. Finally, this pilgrim.
What would you say?
Maybe the monk?
Yeah, some kind of mystic.
The monk.
Yeah, that makes sense. The monk?
No, it's the wife of Bath. Scores level. According to Christian tradition, the apostles St. Bartholomew and St. Jude were martyred while proselytizing in...
Imperial Lee.
Armenia?
Armenia is correct, yes. Your bonuses are 3 questions, Imperial, on marine habitats. Divided into 5 sub-habitats, which habitat zone covers the main water column of the open ocean?
Got anything?
Is it the benthic?
Sure. Nominate Dave Nath.
Benthic?
No, it's the pelagic zone. Which zone consists of the marine habitat formed by the ocean floor, including both the sediments covering it and the subsurface layers?
Okay, nominate Dave Nath.
Benthic.
Correct. Which habitat covers the lowest levels of the water column, just over the seabed?
Is it Hadal? Is it? Could be. Not sure.
Hadel.
No, it's the demersal zone. Now, let's start a question. Which film director began his career with Lee Strasberg at the Group Theatre in 1932 before co-founding the Actors Studio in New York? His notable works include the 1947 stage productions of All My Sons and A Streetcar Named Desire. And the...
Imperial Dave Nath.
Elia Kazan?
Correct, yes. Your bonuses, Imperial, are on video games that have won the BAFTA Award for Best Debut Game. Give the title of each from the description. First, a 2016 game by Campo Santo. The player character is a lookout in Shoshone National Forest in Wyoming.
Nominate Dave Nath.
Firewatch.
Correct. A 2022 isometric action game created by Andrew Sholdis. The player character is an anthropomorphic fox exploring a ruined fantasy world.
Nominate Dave
Part of
Nath.
the gameplay.
Tunic.
Correct. Finally, a 2019 role-playing game set in the fictional city of Revachol. The player character is an alcoholic detective.
Nominate Dave Nath.
Disco Elysium.
Correct. Another starter question now. Meanings of what short term include, in a mechanical context, a ridge on a surface of a part usually used to prevent an otherwise circular part from turning, and in mathematics, a function commonly used for interpolation and described by multiple polynomial equations, each one used only within a particular interval to produce a simpler description of a more complex curve or surface?
Imperial Dave Nath.
Spline.
Line is correct, yes. Your bonuses, Imperial, are on biogeographic regions of Australia. In each case, identify the region from the 3-letter abbreviation and description. AUA, a segment of the Great Dividing Range in eastern Victoria and southeastern New South Wales. Mainland Australia's highest peak is located here.
AUA.
Australian something.
Australian United Area.
I think can just pass.
Okay, pass.
It's the Australian Alps. NUL, a large limestone plateau larger than the UK that spans the border of Western Australia and South Australia. Its name means no tree.
Null Arbor Plain.
Nominate Jones.
Null Arbor Plain.
Correct. GVD, to the north and east of the Null Arbor, Australia's largest desert.
Great Victoria Desert, I think.
Great Victoria Desert.
Correct. Another starter question now. From the 13th century, which city of the Low Countries was held under the joint sovereignty of the Prince Bishops of Liège and the Dukes of Brabant, until the Duke's role was taken over by the Spanish in the 16th century?
UCL is at dust.
Luxembourg.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. It was coveted for its strategic position at a crossing of the River Meuse, from which its name ultimately derives, and it is the present-day capital of the Dutch province of Limburg.
Imperial Lee.
Maastricht.
Maastricht is correct. Your bonuses, Imperial, are on the 18th century wars of succession. In each case, I need a single word denoting a nationality, for example, Russian. First, Sir Robert Walpole contrived to keep Britain neutral in which conflict, ostensibly brought about by the death of Augustus the Strong? The concluding treaties redistributed some territories in Italy.
More of the Polish secession.
Polish. Polish.
Correct. What name is commonly given to the various connected wars that followed the death of Charles VI? France unsuccessfully supported the claims of the Elector of Bavaria. Prussia seized and retained Silesia.
More of the Austrian secession.
Austrian.
Correct. Finally, what war followed the death of the childless Charles II? The Bourbons and the Habsburgs contested his possessions. Britain gained Gibraltar and Minorca.
More of the Spanish secession.
Spanish.
Correct. Now let's start a question now. Which Asian country's so-called new wave of cinema includes films whose English titles are Dang, Baileys and the Young Gangsters?
UCL Finlay.
Malaysia.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Tears of the Black Tiger and Tropical Malady, the latter directed by Apichatpong Weerasethakul.
Imperial Jones.
Thailand.
Thailand is correct, yes. Your bonuses, Imperial, are on the International Phonetic Alphabet. A lowercase Greek chi, a lowercase q, and small versions of capital G, N and R are among the symbols that represent sounds with which place of articulation?
It would be like labial or dental. Like.
Okay, what do you want to go?
It's the palate, right? Palatal. Go
Okay.
with palatal.
Palatal.
No, it's uvula. A superscript lowercase h following a consonant symbol represents what phonetic phenomenon?
Aspiration.
Yeah, maybe.
Aspiration.
Correct. Lowercase f, v, s, z and x are among symbols taken from the Latin alphabet to represent sounds with what manner of articulation?
Like plosive, maybe, or what do you think?
Voiced. Oh, no. Is
Plosive
it
is like
labial?
fluid,
His
like
X is
harsh
sir.
sounds, isn't it?
So
No, it's voiceless, I think.
Voiceless? I think
Yeah.
Come on,
What do you
come
think?
on.
I think it's labial. I don't know. Whatever he's saying.
no, so
Voiceless.
It's fricative. Music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of classical music. For 10 points, please give me the name of the composer.
Imperial Lee.
Foray.
It is Fauré, yes. That was Gabriel Fauré's Pavane, composed in 1887. From 1905 to 1920, Fauré was the director of the Paris Conservatoire. Your music bonuses will be 3 further composers who are members of the teaching faculty. In each case, please give me the name of the composer. Firstly, this composer, a member of Les Six, who taught at the Conservatoire from 1947.
So Leslie's was like Miho. Was it like Miho Poulenc? Oh, wait, no. This is Miho because it's the creation of the world. I think.
Nominate Jones.
Miho.
Milo is correct, yes. Secondly, this composer and musicologist, a pioneer of musique concrète, who taught electronic composition from 1968.
Music concrete. Is it just Steve Reich? Shouldn't it be French?
No, people who are in Paris. It doesn't
I think this might be like different trains by Steve Reich.
Okay.
I don't know if you talked.
Reich.
No, it's Pierre Schaeffer. Finally, this composer and organist who became professor of composition in 1966.
Composer and organist.
In the 60s in Paris.
I'm not really sure.
That sounds very like a
Come on.
soundtrack or something. I'm not sure.
C'est Poulenc.
So,
Come on.
Poulenc.
No, that was Olivier Messiaen. Plenty of time, UCL. Born 1930, which French sociologist's works include a 1979 study of the social construction of aesthetic taste based on detailed ethnographic research that is usually published under the English title Distinction? His analysis employs the concept of cultural capital, which he had introduced in earlier work on the French education system.
UCL saw.
Derrida.
No.
Imperial Jones.
Levi Strauss.
No, it's Pierre Bourdieu. Now let's start a question. The main source for which industrially significant mineral was a single mine in Greenland, now replaced by synthetic forms produced from calcium fluoride, aluminium hydroxide and sodium carbonate.
UCL saw.
Limestone.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. When melted, it is used as a solvent for bauxite in the Hall-Heroult process to produce aluminium through electrolysis.
Imperial Jones.
Cryolite.
Cryolite is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on the 1957 book Mythologie by Roland Barthes. In Mythologie, Barthes analyses how certain cultural phenomena have become modern myths, with particular emphasis on the sign processes involved. What name is given to the academic study of signs, a discipline largely developed by Charles Sanders Peirce and Ferdinand de Saussure?
Is it just semantics? Semantics?
Nominate Dave Nath.
Semantics?
It is semiotics. In Mythologie, Barthes analyses the cover of a July 1955 edition of a magazine depicting a young black soldier dressed in French military uniform to demonstrate the relationship between the signifier and signified. This picture appeared on the cover of which prominent magazine?
I've only read the first 2 chapters of this.
Is it live? Is it just something, just name a magazine? Is it life? Is it
Is it
national?
Le Monde?
Life.
It's Paris Match. The object of analysis of the essay The Writer on Holiday is a published photograph of which French Nobel Literature laureate travelling in the Congo? His novels include The Immoralist and The Pastoral Symphony.
It's André Gide, I think.
Andre Gide.
Yes, André Gide. Yeah. Let's start a question now. The daughter of King Sancho VI and described as the only...
Imperial Lee.
Berengaria.
It is Berengaria, yes. Well done, my goodness. Your bonuses then, Imperial, are 3 questions on mythological subjects of paintings by Angelica Kaufmann. 2 paintings by Kaufmann depict the story of Cupid, or Eros, and which minor Greek goddess born a mortal. In the Metamorphoses of Apuleius, Venus is jealous of her beauty and sends Eros to make her fall in love with someone hideous.
Psyche.
Correct. An early work by Kaufmann depicts Jupiter in the guise of Diana, attempting to seduce which of Diana's followers? In most versions of her story, she becomes pregnant and is expelled from Diana's group before being transformed into a bear.
Yeah, it's Callisto.
Oh, Callisto.
Correct. Which son of Odysseus is the subject of 2 paintings by Kaufmann in the collection of New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art? Both depict him among the nymphs of Calypso.
Probably Telemachus.
Telemachus?
Does he have any other sons?
Telemachus.
Telemachus is correct. Now let's start a question. Bambara is a lingua franca of which landlocked West African country?
Imperial Lee.
Mali.
Mali is correct, yes. Your bonuses then, Imperial, are 3 questions on sacks of Rome. Which king of the Visigoths led a sack of Rome in 410 CE?
Alaric.
Alaric.
Correct. Next, in 455 CE, Rome was again sacked by which Germanic tribe led by Genseric?
The Vandals.
The Vandals.
Correct. In 1527, imperial troops sacked Rome during the War of the League of Cognac. The League had been formed to counter the power of which Holy Roman Emperor in Italy?
Charles V.
Charles V.
Charles V is correct. Now let's start a question. Which physicist name may precede the words age, level, surface, bubbles, transition, heap and hole, among many others, to give the names of concepts in physics? The same physicist is also commemorated in the names of an actinide element, a class of subatomic particles, and a large particle physics laboratory in
UCL is it dust.
Fermi.
Fermi is correct, yes. Your bonuses, UCL, are on philosophy. In each case, name the philosopher from their works. All 3 surnames begin with the same 2 letters. First, an essay towards a new theory of vision, and 3 dialogues between Hylas and Philonous. Both were published in the...
Berkeley.
Berkeley is correct. French language works of the late 19th century and early 20th century, published under the English titles Matter and Memory and Creative Evolution.
No, I don't know.
Pass.
Henry Bergson. Finally, The Hedgehog and the Fox and 4 essays on liberty,
Berlin.
published in 1953. It is Isaiah Berlin. Now let's start a question. For your picture starter, you're going to see a painting by a US artist. For 10 points, simply name the artist.
Imperial Jones.
Winslow Homer.
It is Winslow Homer, yes. That UCL. Following on from Homer's The Fog Warning, your picture bonuses are 3 more paintings of fishermen, this time all by French artists. 5 points for each artist you can name. First, this artist associated with the Barbizon School.
It's Corot.
Corot.
Correct. Secondly,
It's a French artist, and
Gauguin? No.
I don't think I know.
It's not, but I guess Doreen.
Sure.
Doreen.
no, that was Suzanne Valadon. And finally,
Impressionist.
Monet?
Well, I didn't do like this close up, I don't think, in general.
come on.
Yeah, go for Sora.
Pizarro.
No, it's Manet. Let's start a question. Which sea is bounded by the Irrawaddy River Delta, Peninsula Myanmar, Thailand and Malaysia, the island of Sumatra, and two island groups that form...
UCL Finlay.
Andaman.
Andaman Sea is correct. Your bonuses are on the classification of particles in physics. What class of elementary particles includes the kaon, pion and psi particles? According to the Standard Model, they consist of quark-anti-quark pairs.
Meson.
Correct. What class of lepton exists in three forms associated with the electron, the muon?
Neutrino.
Correct. And finally, which stable particle has a positive charge equal in magnitude to that of the electron and is present in all atomic nuclei?
No, it's the... I can't think of the name.
We don't know.
Proton.
Proton is correct. Let's start a question. Ponta Delgada on the island of...
UCL is it dust?
Azores.
Yes, well done. All bonuses are on the American Civil War. Confederate General Albert Sidney Johnston became the highest-ranking officer killed in the war when he fell at which engagement of April 1862 in Tennessee, also called the Battle of Pittsburgh Landing? It was a costly victory for the North.
Shiloh.
Shiloh.
Correct. Described as the bloodiest single day of the war, at which battle of September 1862 did the Union General McClellan block the advance of Robert E. Lee's army into Maryland?
Vicksburg.
It is Vicksburg.
No, that was the Battle of Antietam, or Sharpsburg. Which battle of April 1865 resulted in the final surrender of Confederate General-in-Chief Robert E. Lee to Union General Ulysses S. Grant?
Appomattox.
Yeah.
Nominate Finlay.
Appomattox.
Yes, we'll accept that. It's the Appomattox Courthouse, yes. Let's start the question now. A syllabary consisting of 86 symbols developed in 1821 by the Native American polymath Sequoyah was the first writing system of which language?
Imperial Lee.
Cherokee.
Cherokee is correct. Your bonuses are on international economics. Often known by a two-letter abbreviation, what general equilibrium model of international trade shows that countries will export those things that they can efficiently produce in abundance? A later theorem derived from the model came from Samuelson and Stolper.
Is it Ricardo's thing?
They need a model. I don't know.
You sure?
Ricardo model.
No, it's the Heckscher-Ohlin model. Named after the 1973 Nobel Prize-winning economist, which paradox emerges from the HO theory when it is observed that nations with an abundance of capital import capital-intensive goods and export labour-intensive goods?
Ricardo paradox. Ricardo paradox.
No, it's Leontief paradox. The new trade theory focuses on increasing returns to scale rather than on factor endowments and is most associated with which 2008 Nobel Prize-winning economist?
This is not Ricardo.
This is Krugman, right? I think 2008 Krugman won the...
Krugman.
No, I'm afraid I've got to take the captain's answer, which is wrong. I should have listened to Suraj. It's Krugman that we're after. Bad luck. Let's start a question now. First isolated in 1910 by the Japanese chemist Umataro Suzuki and again later by the Polish-American Casimir Funk, which micronutrient was initially called aberic acid due to its ability to cure sufferers of beriberi?
Imperial Lee.
Vitamin B2.
No.
UCL salt.
Nicotinic acid.
No, it's thiamine or vitamin B1 I'd have taken. Bad luck. Let's start a question now. In music, what compositional form is illustrated by, for example, A-B-A-C-A, in which a...
Imperial Lee.
Rondo.
It is the rondo form, yes. Your bonuses, Imperial, are 3 questions on architecture of the 1930s. Considered a pioneering prototype of modern architecture, the Villa Tugendhat at Brno in the Czech Republic was co-designed by 2 architects. Name either.
Anything? Pass.
It was Ludwig Mies van der Rohe or Lily Reich. Who designed the Paimio Sanatorium for tuberculosis patients, completed in Finland in 1933? He later co-founded the Artek furniture company.
Maybe like Iris Arnen. Is he finished?
Yeah, he's finished.
Okay, nominate Jones.
Iris Arnen.
No, it's Alvar Aalto. Completed in 1939, the Johnson Wax Administration building in Racine, Wisconsin, is the work of which leading US architect?
Frank Lloyd Wright. I don't know.
Go for that.
Nominate Dave Nath.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Is correct, yes. Let's start a question. I need a precise 4-word title here. Gordon Comstock, a bookseller's assistant, is the protagonist of which 1936 novel by George Orwell? Its title includes the name of a houseplant said to symbolise...
Imperial Jones.
Keep the Aspidistra flying.
Yes, correct. Your bonuses, Imperial, are 3 questions on a 17th century French author. Born in the 1630s, to whom is the authorship of the groundbreaking psychological novel The Princess of Cleves usually attributed? She belonged to the same noble house as a leading French military commander of the American War of Independence.
Lafayette? Just say Lafayette.
Yeah. Lafayette.
Correct. Lafayette was part of a literary circle that included which author, best known for a somewhat cynical collection of reflections and adages known as the Maxims?
Maxims. So it's
Montaigne?
it's Montesquieu or something.
Montesquieu.
No, it's Rochefoucauld. Finally, Lafayette's historical novel, The Princess of Cleves, has been described as a prototype of what category of fiction, known by a German term meaning education novel?
Bildungsroman.
Bildungsroman.
Nominate Devnath.
Bildungsroman.
Correct. Let's start a question. Give the four-letter name of the genus of large antelopes whose species include the Arabian scimitar and East African.
UCL is a dust.
Oryx.
Oryx is correct. Your bonus is 3 questions on composers. 3 cantatas based on the poem The Song of Hiawatha are among the best-known works by which English composer, who was named in reference to an early Romantic poet?
Coleridge Taylor.
Coleridge Taylor.
Correct. Which composer of the Neapolitan School of Opera is known for his collaborations with the librettist Metastasio, including Artaserse? He should not be confused with a similarly named Renaissance artist.
I don't know. Pass.
Tintoretto.
It's Leonardo Vinci. Finally, Dr. Atomic and the Death of Klinghoffer are operas by
Adams.
which... John Adams is correct. Let's start a question. What 2 words follow the strange death of in the title of a 1935 work by the historian George...
UCL Finlay.
Liberal England.
Correct, it is, by Dangerfield. Yep, your bonuses then. 3 questions and out of the gong. UCL of 120 and Imperial College of 285. I mean, you just couldn't, for such an outstanding team, you just couldn't quite get a rhythm going with the starters, which meant you had to sit there as these guys got all the bonuses. But my goodness, what an amazing performance. What a high-scoring final. I mean, you guys really have been astonishingly impressive, and in any other year, you might well have won it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant run. Imperial, 285, that's remarkable, and I can see UCL nodding at it. You have now set a record for this competition. Imperial College of the University of London have won this competition more times than any other institution, and that's thanks to you, so well done. Let's have a little ceremony, shall we? Massive, massive, massive congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be captain of a winning side?
It feels brilliant. I mean, the team is fantastic. And also just wanted to say, thank you so much to UCL. A really lovely team. You played brilliantly.
Well, it's been a long time coming, and it is richly deserved. This belongs to you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All yours. Well, to give special congratulations to Imperial on an historic 5th series win, we've come to Imperial itself, here in the heart of central London, with the Royal Albert Hall just behind us, and all the sounds and sirens that you'd expect from a London rooftop. And we're going to be joined by one of Britain's foremost playwrights. He is a giant of literature. He's one of the most garlanded figures writing in English today. He's won 5 Tonys, 3 Oliviers, and an Oscar for many, many works, including The Real Thing, Arcadia, Leopoldstadt, and my favourite, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. Please welcome Sir Tom Stoppard. Sir Tom, how are you?
All the better for being here.
The reason we asked you to come along, you've been very, very generous with your time, is that word reached us you're quite a fan of this show. Is that right?
Very much so, yes. It certainly is right. It's the only show I make a rendezvous with, generally speaking.
The standard this year was exceptional, and I know you've seen some of the series. What did you think of the questions?
My impression is that the questions get a little harder as the years go by, and the team's a little cleverer as the years go by.
I know you said in the past that you've talked about how you didn't go to university, you know, partly because of historical circumstances. You went straight into actually journalism training. Have you ever wished that you had gone to university?
Very, very often. At the time, I didn't want to go to university. I was anxious to get on and get a job. But 10 years later, I did regret it.
Well, there's something about watching these guys which will hopefully inspire another generation to go to university. Let me introduce you to our winning team. This is Soraya Haddad, the winning captain. This is Adam Jones.
Hi, Adam.
Surajit Debnath.
Hi.
And Justin Lee.
Hello, Justin.
And I'll just introduce you to our magnificent runners-up. This is the runner-up captain, Tayana Saw.
Oh, congratulations.
Ali Izzat Dust.
Congratulations.
Jacob Finley.
Nice to meet you.
You
And
okay?
James Hall.
Well done.
Well, it just remains for me to say thank you to Imperial College London, to University College London, and also to Sir Tom Stoppard, but also to all of the teams who have taken part, and above all, to you for watching. We'll be back for a brand new series later this year, but until then, it's goodbye from them, and it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.